What is up, y'all? This is your boy AJ Trip, and we are doing That's a Shoot. This is my weekly show where I talk about the goings on in the world of professional wrestling. The good I put over, the bad I bury, and then we usually talk about a main topic. Usually I say because there are from time to time when I do special episodes of That's a Shoot, where I have to review a a show, or or if I have another topic I want to talk about. Or in this case, the prediction show. Super Showdown is coming up this Thursday on the WWE Network. And afterwards, make sure you're here for my rapid reaction of that show. However, since it's Thursday, I'm going to go ahead and do my predictions today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump right into it. So let's start with the most recent match that was just made last night. Bayley, champion, will take on Naomi for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Super Showdown. The second women's match ever to be done. It's going to be a historic night because it's the first women's championship to be defended in the Middle East. To me, this is plain and simple. I think this is Bayley. Bayley wins here. I don't think they're going to do a title change, especially with the possibility of them putting the title on an African American woman or African American person in general over in the Middle East. I'm just not sure, if they would see that as being disrespectful to the country. So I think they're okay. It's kind of, it sucks to say this, right? It sucks to say anything about this in 2020, but I think is going to be, they're going to be very. That's why I'm surprised Naomi even won. I'm surprised because two reasons. One, there are rumors that Naomi is going to face Bayley at WrestleMania, but then I also thought that there was going to be because of the obviously Naomi being black and everything like that, that they would go about that, so that's kind of interesting, and we're gonna have something about that later on in the show. Although yes, although you're right, now that I think about it, Kofi Kingston was a champion when they went to Arabia last year, and he fought Dolph Ziggler. So that's probably not even anything. So yeah, that's probably not probably not a interesting or a very thoughtful thing on my part about that. But you just never know. You can never tell with these shows. So forget all that other stuff. And I'm just gonna say it's Bayley wins, and I think, and we'll see where they go. Because like I just said, the rumors were that Naomi was gonna get the title shot at WrestleMania. So now we see, Lacey Evans or SmackDown last night mentioned something about an elimination chamber. Possibly. So we'll have to wait and see. But my prediction, Bayley. And every time we go to Saudi Arabia, we have to have some type of crazy thing. We had the greatest Royal Rumble, or we got to have the battle royal, or we got to have some type of tag team turmoil match, something like that. So now we're having the two-weight trophy gauntlet match between AJ Styles, Andrade, Bobby Lashley, Rusev, Eric Rowan, and R-Truth are the competitors in this match. And to me, again, AJ Styles made his return on Monday Night Raw this week. I think we're going to see the rumors are AJ Styles are going against the Undertaker at WrestleMania. So I kind of think with the OC winning the tag titles, and then also with this rumor headed out, I think the winner here is going to be AJ Styles. I think he's going to win the trophy. So we have the best tag team in the world. We get the two-weight trophy winner, and I think we're going to see AJ Styles versus Undertaker at WrestleMania. So the winner for this match, I'm predicting, will be AJ Styles. And what many hopes to be the very last match between Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin They will meet inside a steel cage at Super Showdown. Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler, the Usos, no way in, hopefully. One-on-one, Corbin, Reigns. And I don't even think Roman Reigns was on last night's show. I don't think he was, yeah. So that was interesting, but he's probably making his way all the way there already. No, I don't know about that, but yeah, I understand why people people are tired of this. People think that this has been kind of boring, and I must say, I think some of the stuff that they have done with the dog food and everything like that has been kind of, I have no idea why they went down that route. Um, that is one of the things with, well, I'm not even going to say PG, PG, but it's not even that, because what Randy Orton been doing to Matt Hardy and Edge isn't PG. It just isn't. It just isn't. And that's been fantastic. So, but some of the stuff with the dog, I just don't know what that is and what that means and anything like that. So whatever. But we have a steel cage match between Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin. I think again this is Roman Reigns. Um, again, there's part of me wonders why why they do need that they do this match again, because they do need Baron Corbin to continue his dominance. So maybe they're just doing this, and then Corbin will start a program with somebody he can beat and get back on track and get back on the winning ways. I think if plans stay the same and Roman Reigns wins the Universal Championship at WrestleMania, I have no doubt that his first match is going to be against Baron Corbin, and that's not the way it should be. It should not be with Baron Corbin. It should be with other people, but that's neither here nor there. For me, this is an obvious answer. It's Roman Reigns. I think he wins. He beats Baron Corbin, and hopefully does it in a spectacular fashion. So, for the very least, for the people who are kind of tired of this, they can say, well, at least their final match, hopefully, would be a pretty good match. So the winner, Roman Reigns. The Raw Tag Team Championships are on the line as Buddy Murphy, or I should say just Murphy, and Seth Rollins takes on the Street Profits. This past week on Monday Night Raw, a beatdown from Seth Rollins and his disciples against Kevin Owens and the War Raiders brought out the Street Profits, surprisingly enough, and that's put them in the Tag Team Championship match here at Super Showdown. So that's interesting. I like what they've done. They really have something involved with the Street Profits. I think it's really good. I really think they need to keep the Street Profits, on TV. The Street Profits are one of those teams where they need to be on television each and every week. Maybe they don't need to wrestle, but they can do their backstage stuff. I don't know about that SNL that weekend update parody that they do. I don't know if they need to do that, but they can be backstage doing their thing that they've done ever since late last year. And they can just they can throw the things and they can do things. They can do cut promos on who their rivalry is at this point in time. But they should be on television every week. Keep them in the back of people's minds. Especially on Raw when it's 3 hours. You can do that. You can do that on Raw. SmackDown, NXT, you can understand when people are not on television every week. Certain people do need to be on television every week. Some of them don't, and it's okay. But on Raw, yeah, and Raw is the same way in certain occasions. But we're talking about, I think, with you have 3 hours, you have the extra hour. You definitely should have um, a team like the Street Profits on every week doing their thing. So that being said, it's Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. I don't see them losing the titles to the Street Profits. I see Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy losing the titles to a tag team that can then face AOP for the championships. And um, there isn't many tag teams, so to speak. You know, there's the War Raiders, there's the Street Profits, there's a couple other teams too as well. But I would say that, you know, I would be shocked if Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy would lose the tag championships before WrestleMania. I would be shocked. So the winners, I'm predicting Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. The SmackDown Tag Championships are on the line as the New Day take on John Morrison and The Miz. Now, this one I say is a different type of thing here. Because I think with John Morrison and The Miz coming back together, I kind of feel that this is, you know, this is their due, and I kind of see them and the Usos heading to WrestleMania to face off for the tag team championships. So I kind of see here that unlike with this, where we got Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy versus, you know, taking on, I keep saying Buddy Murphy. I'm gonna keep saying Buddy Murphy until I can get used to it. But you know, Seth Rollins and Murphy, you know, taking on the Street Profits and them keeping their championships to WrestleMania. I see the New Day as I can see the New Day keeping it, and then maybe at WrestleMania doing some type of four-way match, you know, for the title with New Day and Miz Morrison, Rude and Ziggler, and the Usos. I can see that, but I can also see that match still, that same match happening, and also with Miz and Morrison going in as the champions. And that's what I'm predicting. I'm going to predict we have new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, John Morrison and The Miz defeating the New Day over in Saudi Arabia. The Universal Championship is on the line as The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, takes on Goldberg. Now, this was a shock because there was some rumors that it was going to be Kane taking on Bray Wyatt. But those were obviously wrong. They brought in Goldberg to take on Bray Wyatt, and they brought in Goldberg for a very strange reason. Why would you bring in Goldberg, right? Just because he down? Did he spend the last payday for money? Did you know? So why would they do this? You know, and you know, I think there's maybe a small minority that's getting tired of the Fiend. That might be one of my future things next week. I may talk about, you know, the Fiend and, you know, everything like that. I may talk about a few people next week. I'll have to wait and see how you know what else happens and anything like that. But I may be going to talking about 3 or 4 of the wrestlers that just need to be, you know, talked about openly and honestly. Um, but you know, why would you just bring in Goldberg to face Bray Wyatt? Why? It doesn't make sense to the Fiend's backstory. It doesn't make sense because one thing that, you know, it seemed to be like the Fiend was taking advantage of you know, in these matches of people who he thinks did him wrong, right? Who thinks did him wrong in the past. And but has Goldberg ever done Bray Wyatt wrong in the past? I can't think of it. He put on Twitter that he has a tattoo that he said that Goldberg did that. So I'm not sure if that's what this is about or anything like that. They have not mentioned it on television or anything like that. So one would wonder why would they bring in Goldberg, you know, to face Bray Wyatt. And there's a rumor out there that possibly why they brought in Goldberg was to take the title off of The Fiend and have Goldberg face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the championship. Now, I know some people would be really upset that if Goldberg were to beat Bray Wyatt for the championship. But here's how I look at it. I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. I think, especially the way they got the Fiend and they had the Fiend, because I'm not a big fan. I've said this before. I'm not a big fan of the way they have presented the Fiend. They presented the Fiend as this like unbeatable, unstoppable entity, and it's just not, and it's ridiculous, and and he gets up from every finishing move. He gets up from every signature move and everything like that. Like nothing hurts him or nothing pains him. And they finally get it right at the Royal Rumble with Daniel Bryan, where Daniel Bryan was able to hurt him. And that's the way it should be. He shouldn't be this entity I actually shouldn't go into it. I should save it for when I do want to talk about him. So I think I'll just save it. But yeah, I'm kind of over the Fiend. I think a few people are over the Fiend, and you also don't want all the good stuff they've done with Roman Reigns, where it seems like Roman Reigns has yet now the majority of the crowd on his side. There are still morons out there who are booing him, and you can hear that. You can still hear that from time to time. But most of the crowd is behind him. They're behind him 100%. And how could you not be when he returns, when he comes back, he beats leukemia for the second time, right? So they're behind him, and he's getting cheered and everything like that. And that could all go to naught by having him beat the Fiend for the heavyweight, for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. That could derail them, and once again he could be coming out to mixed reactions. There's more than likely a chance he's going to have mixed reactions anyway when it comes to the WrestleMania weekend shows, because those are going to be the smart crowds, right? Those are going to be the smart crowds. The Friday and the Sunday show, the Friday WrestleMania, the Friday before SmackDown for WrestleMania, WrestleMania itself, and then I don't know if it'll be on Raw, but the Raw WrestleMania is going to be a smart show as it always is. So, it's, to me, it wouldn't make sense, but it would make a whole lot more sense for him to beat Goldberg. Beat Goldberg for the Universal Championship. And this whole thing with John Cena. John Cena's supposed to come back, and some people were thinking, well, John Cena versus the Fiend, or anything like that. Or, maybe then that could be the WrestleMania match. But there's rumors out there that he's going to be wrestling Elias, and that makes no sense. I'm hoping the right thing they do here is Fiend versus Cena, Goldberg versus Reigns. And it doesn't matter who's the champion, whether Fiend's the champion or Reigns the champion. Just don't go Fiends versus Reigns. That's the one thing I don't want to see happen. So, my prediction is going to be Goldberg. I'm going to predict Goldberg, and this prediction obviously isn't what I think will happen. I'm kind of now thinking maybe they that because I don't really know. I to be honest, I don't know what they're thinking. But this prediction for me is more or less of what I want than what I feel could be happening. Because what I want is for Goldberg to win and have him face Roman Reigns. So that's why I'm picking Goldberg to beat the Fiend for the Universal Championship. And finally, for the WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Ricochet. Listen. There is certainly a chance that they do something crazy and put the title on Ricochet. Having Ricochet win and become the WWE champion. and then they would like on Raw they would do a quick deal where Brock Lesnar would win it back. That certainly could happen. I don't see it happening. I think Brock Lesnar wins this. I almost think this is pretty much a squash match. This is pretty much you know, you know, Ricochet gets a few hits of offense in. Maybe he gets, he gets a couple of kicks, gets a couple of surprise moves. He hits the whatever that one-legged cold breaker is. Goes to the top rope, hits the 630. Brock Lesnar kicks out. He goes for it again. Brock catches him, F5s him, and then he wins. Maybe around 8 to 10 minute match. Something like that. Brock Lesnar wins. Brock Lesnar retains the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar beats Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. All right, y'all. So once again, my predictions: AJ Styles wins the two-weight cup. Roman Reigns beats Corbin in a steel cage. Seth Rollins and Murphy retains the SmackDown Raw tag team titles. Excuse me. The SmackDown tag team titles changes hands to Morrison and The Miz. Bayley retains against Naomi. Goldberg defeats Brock Lesnar. No, Goldberg defeats Bray Wyatt, for the Universal Championship. And Brock Lesnar retains against Ricochet. So far, in keeping my predictions, I am 11-3. I went 6-2 at the Royal Rumble and 5-1 at NXT TakeOver Portland. Let's see what I go at at WWE Super Showdown. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Give me your predictions for what's going to happen in the Super Showdown. Let me know what you think of my predictions. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to become a Patreon, go to patreon.com/AJTrip. 3 tiers there. Choose the one you want to join. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJ Trip, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.